everyone, and welcome. I'm Marcie, Besecker, an independent demonstrator with Stamping Up, and I'm from Clovis, California. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm excited to be back. Let me just see, because my chat totally disappeared. There it is. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Marva, Carol, Marcia, Deborah, welcome, welcome. I'm glad to be back. I had a wonderful time, and my granddaughter won her nationals at cheer, so that was fun. We went shopping. Let me show you her pictures really quickly. So the red jacket on the bottom right and the medal, of course, is what they won, being national champions. And all the girls got to take pictures with the banner. And of course, there was a team picture, but I decided I probably shouldn't put that on there because it had a lot of kids on there, and I don't know, So I decided not to do that. But they had a lot of fun. I did put it on my Facebook, though, and then I thought, but everybody else was doing it, so I guess it's okay. But anyway, I'm not going to put it on here. Australia, let's see, stormy Missouri. Oh, it's sunny and beautiful. It is 66 here today. On stage is next week in Long Beach, which is about 6-hour drive, I think, from here. And the weather looks like it's upper 70s to 80s. So I'm excited about that. It'll be nice to have some warmer weather. Let's see. Hope you had a great time with your granddaughter. I did. Happy to catch your entire video. Yay, Patsy. So it's Friday. It's 3 o'clock, my normal new time. And Papa is watching Brewer because my son, as you know, is going back to school to be a teacher. And he also is now coaching an elementary school baseball team, which it happens to be his elementary school that he went to. And luckily, he is, there's game day today. So he's like, I need a sitter. So I said, I have a video on Friday now. But he's here and watching Brewer for us. So you'll hear Brewer in the background chatting it up over there. So anyway, so let's just jump right in. So there's a couple things I'm going to show you today. One will be the new, what they will be like cases. These are close to my heart, but the new ink pad cases that are coming. So I'm going to show you a little bit about these. I'm really, really excited about the new stamp sets. So super excited. Not stamp sets, ink pads. So you probably have heard, I know it's been out there a lot of people have been talking about it. It wasn't supposed to, I don't think, get out as like it did. But anyway, so you'll see, I didn't post it because we were supposed to be quiet about it, but now everybody knows about it and it's been out there. So anyway, so I will say that I'm very excited about the new ink pads. So I'm going to show you the ink pads today and the cases and kind of how it works. And we'll look at those for a minute. Let's see. Helena, Montana. Hi, Carolyn. Thank you, everybody, for the congratulations. I'll tell her. She was excited. So what we decided for her birthday is I asked her, what did she want for her birthday? And she said, oh, Ani, you always pick good things for me, so just pick whatever you want. Well, she's going to be 11, and she's getting a little harder to shop for. Now she's in, grown-up teenage girl clothes, not child clothes, not youth clothes anymore. So when I see something, I think, oh, this will be really cute. My daughter's like, she's not going to wear that. So now it's like leopard and, Nike and, all that kind of stuff. So I got to be, strategic. So I said, you know what? My daughter said there was a mall on the way back from nationals from Portland back to Springfield. So we stopped at the mall. So what we decided to do is I bought her a purse, and it had a wallet built in, crossbody kind of thing. And we gave her money. So we said, okay, let's put your money in your wallet, in your purse, and we'll go shopping. And you're going to be in charge of what you're spending. And so she was looking at everything. She was scanning stuff. And okay, if it's 30% off, how much is it? And so she was adding it. She got her mom's phone and she saw the calculator. It was adorable. And she did such a good job and got a lot of really great stuff. So we had I just had a ball watching her do that. So anyway, that was our weekend and our week that we spent there. It was a lot of fun. But today, we're going to go over some quick announcements and then get busy on our project. So March bingo is the 25th. So I will be coming back from on stage on the 15th. That is why it's not going to be the 18th because, yay, I have a tax appointment that day. And that gives me a little time to finish up getting bingo ready. I have got some really super cute cards for you this bingo. One of them, I will tell you, was going to be a swap. That's how I just love it. I love it, love it, love it. But I don't have time. I'm crazy busy, swamped right now. And I do have swaps. I am bringing swaps. But I decided that I am not going to try and do another one. But I did make enough to make it a bingo. So it's going to be a bingo. And it's super, super cute. I can't wait to share it with you. What else do I have over there? Ooh, the plant set, Grow With Me, Grow, the one with the plants and the pots and all that. That one is going to be in bingo, and it's super cute too. Considered it to be a swap, but too many pieces. I decided no. And I honestly, I don't remember right now, but super cute cards coming your way for bingo. So don't forget to sign up for that. And let's see what else. The paper share left this morning. I didn't think it was going to. I thought it was going to be tomorrow morning. Hubby helped me last night. He cut the paper. He took the little tear things off the envelopes. I made the labels, sealed them up. I opened up all the packages for him and told him what to cut and all that good stuff. So those are gone. If you did paper share, they are on their way to you. Yay! That is such a great lesson for her. Oh, Marva, it was really fun. And she was very I still have this much left. And she was very excited. And, Papa, not so much because he's not a shopper. I was having a ball. We were all having a ball, but Papa, he was like, this is so much fun. I know, but he did have fun. We enjoyed watching her. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate that. Hi, Tashana. Okay, so that's it for the paper share is on its way. Delicate Dreams, I think I have 3 kits left. So if you're interested in a Delicate Dreams class that I did show all the cards last video, I believe. Or one of the last 2 videos, so you could see that if you are interested. Product of the month is this super cute, adorable Notes of Spring set. And I've seen some super cute cards with it. So that is your product of the month. It's $5 with a $75 order. Speaking of that, I have 2 flat, forget the dates on this. I'm doing it through until these last 2 boxes are gone. I have 2 flat rate boxes ready to go, all packaged up. I just need to put a label on them. So if you are interested in that, spend $100 with me in my shop. Remember, that is going to be after your coupons, or we don't have bonus days anymore, but after your Stampin' Rewards and before tax and shipping. So make sure if it is 100 or more, I will see the order come in. You don't even have to tell me, and I will get those out to you. Funny thing is sometimes people put an order in and they don't realize I'm doing that. And then they get the box and they're like, oh, I think you accidentally sent me a box. So you'll notice last time, I think I put some notes in there, what it's for, because some of the people were like, you sent it to me on accident. So no, the next 2 people, I should say, will get a box. I will have some more boxes I'm putting together, but there's going to be just 2 for right now because I can't, it's going to be a while for the other ones. Okay, so I think that is it for now. So let's get busy on our project. Okay, so this is our card that we're going to do today. And if you remember, this is washi tape. This is another great way to get that cloud cover ink on your project that you may not have the ink. I found that the inks are actually, they work pretty well, and I think we still have these. So I would give it a try, but I found one. The first one I got did not match so well because we've had trouble with our cloud cover. But the next one I bought after that, it matches pretty darn good. So this is the one I've got going right now. So we will use it, and so I'll show you. I'm just going to use it right here where this little light stamp is, and that's it. Everything else will be the washi tape. So, he's not happy out there. So I did the washi tape and I put it on paper, and you know what? I'm just going to do it for you and show you, because I wasn't going to, but I think I should, because there's a little bit of some secrets on how to put the washi tape on. So I'm going to show you how to do it. And then I'm going to also add our adhesive strips on it. So what I did is I pull out the washi tape and I figure out where your strip starts and stops. And I'm going to open up a brand new one. My other one, I used it. They're all on paper already. So we're just going to open this one up and I'll show you how to do it. It's super simple. So we're going to open that. Okay, there we go. Well, you'll probably get, there you go, a good grip, because there is a line there and it'll just open up for you. But all right, so we're going to get all this plastic off. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to figure out where it starts and stops. And it's just like the other set that we had. You could use washi tape on the edge if you don't have cloud cover. Absolutely, Stephanie. The other thing you could do, Melanie, the other thing you could do is you could stamp off your pretty peacock or use Lost Lagoon. So those will both work too. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this and get it started right here. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is, this is a full image of all the colors. So you're going to see that this one starts at the end, okay? So this one will not, let me get another piece of paper, because this one's not going to be a full sheet. Once you start it and get it to be a full sheet, you'll be good to go. And then you're going to notice on my Greenery, and I showed this to you before. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, maybe I didn't put it on this one. On my other one, I did the measurement. So on this one, what I would do is I like to cut the paper. This is 3.5 by 10. Okay, so let's cut this one. 3.5. And I'll just do, oh, I should have cut by 10 first, but that's okay. And then 3.5. We're going to do 2 because we're going to start a brand new roll. Once your brand new roll is started, then it's going to work great. And we're going to do this by 10. I'm sorry, it sounds like Brewer's not happy, so Papa's probably out there like, oh, what is going on? Okay. All right, so we have 3.5 by 10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this one, and we're going to go up until we get to the light, not the middle one. So this one right here, if you look at it, it starts right here, okay? So you have the dark at the bottom, because you want to start it, and you'll see what I mean when I get up there. There'll be a line. So see right here, see how you have like a space right here? That's the start of your sheet. Okay, so let me just start this right here. We're just going to start it. And I like to leave it on the roll, but we're just going to put it so we want to get the full sheet. I'm not too concerned about the bottom. We're going to put it on here. Notice I'm doing it all the way down the right side. Okay, and then I'm going to lift this up because I want it to be as smooth as possible. Okay, and then I'm just going to smooth it out. Okay, so we'll bring, and I went too high, obviously. You can tell I went too high right here, but that's okay. You'll see it on the next one. All right, so we're going to go like this. So you don't want to go that high. All right, I'm just going to cut this actually with scissors. And I'm going to cut it right here. Okay, so it should have went just right here so I don't cut off the bottom of those, but you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. So let's bring in this one. All right, and then this one is 3.5 also. Is this 3.5? I think I just lost one that let me cut this one. We're going to get it right. 3.5 by 10. I went a little low on that one, but that's okay. You'll see what I'm talking about. All right. So now we're going to bring this one in. All right, so I cut off the little edges on that one. I went a little too much, so here we go. So you're going to notice you have 3, okay? 1, 2, 3. So you have the light garden green, the darker pretty peacock, which is the only pretty peacock that's dark, and then the light one. And then you have dark and light of the garden green, okay? So you're going to go from leaf to leaf, so you have all 3 shades, okay? So here's all 3 shades, and then it starts again. There's the light garden green, and here's the light garden green again. All right, so I'm going to put this down like that. And I don't care that it goes on my glass mat. I just want to make sure that I get this not so high like I did before. All right, so we're going to go about right here. Okay, that looks good. So we'll do it again. And I go right down the right side, okay? And try to hold this part up. And if it's not up, it's fine. It'll come up. Just be careful with it. Slowly and carefully. I might have a wrinkle right here, and that's okay. We'll fix it. All right, and then what I like to do is start in the middle and work its way out. Now this one wrinkled really bad. Gee whiz. But take your bone folder and fold it out. Oh yeah, this one, Marcie. But keep rubbing on it. You'll see it'll start disappearing and it won't be so bad. Now look how bad that was, and now look how it'll be when I pull it up. I don't know if you can see how bad it was. Hold on. All right, so now you can tell where it's going to start again. When you pull it out, it's going to be a full sheet, okay? So now it'll be a full sheet when you pull it out. It's starting, it's going to get your 2 bottom leaves, and it's going to be good to go. All right. So right here, you can tell, see where the crinkles are? There's a few of them there. So just take your bone folder and go on them. Some of them will come out all the way, and some of them you might still have a little bit, but it's not much if you do it the way I did it. And just start it here. Try to hold it up. And then it was short, of course, because I goofed. But anyway, so there we go. So then we can die cut this out. But then what I do is I like to take my adhesive sheets. And then what I do with it is I cut it to the same size. So we're going to use this one. We don't need to use that one. And so we're going to go to 10. I'm going to do 10 first so I can have the bigger chunk down here. And I'll do it face down so I can get a nice flat image. So there's 10. So here's more that you can use by 3.5. That way you're not wasting any, because once you take it off of here, you really can't cut it up. All right, so now I have these for later, so I'll save those. And we'll use this. And always remember that you might end up having a little tiny strip of that 3rd layer. So just, make sure you don't have that. All right, so then what I do is make sure and pull it off. And I'm going to fold this one. And then I'm going to try. Now this is so sticky. So if you need to, rip this off, Okay, use the waxy side to hold, if you need to hold that right here so that you can get this off, just pull a piece off, but make sure it's the waxy side down, okay, so that you can take that off easily. If you put this side on there, you're going to be done, okay? So I'm going to pull these down, and now I'm going to do it from the top. All right, so we're going to go to the top edge. And again, I try to do, I look here, don't just look here because this can start going sideways when you're doing it like this. And then I'm just going to put that there. And I'm going to pull and pull and pull. And now I have my double-sided adhesive on here. All right, so then when I cut these all out, I get these. So I started putting them in their envelopes, which are, these are super handy when you take your dies out and use them for different things. And so we are going to use what I've already cut. And so that's what I do is I take these dies, and this is 2 sets because I, use this a lot, and then just lay them on, these open ones, lay them on here and die cut them. And then that's how we get these. All right, so we're going to take our card and start with this. So now, if I were to do this card, I would just sit down and be like, okay, and this is exactly what I did, is I pulled these out and started kind of, messing with different leaves and different colors and stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the inside together first. All right, so let's just take this one and let's just adhere it on the inside. Did anybody finish Bridgerton? I just finished it. I love that show. I have to say, when I watched Downton Abbey, you guys know it took me a little while to get into it, like several attempts. Finally, I got into it, and then I went right into Bridgerton. I was already in that mindset, so I was like, all right, try this one. And it's, in fact, I almost think I like Bridgerton better than Downton Abbey, I know. But, all right, let's put this here. All right, so there's our inside for now. We're going to do something with it in a little bit, but we're going to work with our white piece. So we have our 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 for our Pretty Peacock, and then we have our 4 by 5 1/4 in white. And then we have we're going to use the Perineal Postage. And on this one, we used, I believe it's the second one. Let me see. That's this one. Okay, so we used the larger sizes of these rectangle ones. So that's the largest one with Pretty Peacock. And then we used the next one with our white. Okay, so those are the sizes that we used. And then we're going to use, was it the second to the largest? Nope, the largest one we're going to be using for our card front. Okay, so the largest one. And again, this is the suite that is the Greenery Lane. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to take our stamp set, and we're going to take this the large flower. And the reason I did it is because we have a lot of different shaped places that we need to put our flower. So there is another flower that has 2 of them, but we just did the one. All right, so there's that one. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to figure out where you want to lay everything. Now remember, these already have adhesive on them. So what I did is I just started to pull out some colors. And so I'm going to do like a light. Now remember, this is just the 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to do the Pretty Peacock. I'm going to do a garden green, like right here. I'm going to kind of do what I did before, just get some ideas here. On the inside, I'm going to do the lighter pretty peacocks, just a different one. All right, so that is enough for that one, I believe. And then I just start with the largest and work my way in. So we're going to go with these next. Oh, this looks like it has a combination of leaves. All right, so we're going to do some green. Now remember, you're going to have that label in the middle. I'm still going to put stuff there because you want it to look as realistic as you can. We're going to do the soft garden green. This is going to go over here. That's going to go there. Let's see. This one. We'll put right there. So basically what we're doing is we're just trying to fill up all our spaces. Let's see, let's just start getting into these two. Green, we're going to take the light. This one doesn't go there. This one goes here. So you're just going to be kind of filling it all in. We're going to take a dark, so I did the lighter, we're going to do the darker here. So just kind of go back and forth and get all your colors kind of in. And then we're going to use some of these. So I like to just pull out a whole bunch and just kind of figure out what I'm going to do. Thank you for the reminder about using adhesive sheets. I would have forgot. Oh yeah. I forget a lot of times. And then sometimes when I want to, it's on tiny, tiny, tiny things and it's just probably not as worth as I think it is. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do it. And then it's a lot of work to put it on little tiny things, and sometimes it gets stuck and All right, I'm going to put a darker green there. And let's put this right here because that's going to kind of poke out from our sentiment. This one we're going to pull in some. So you're kind of looking, making sure you're having everything all the way around. And like I said, you're going to see some different pieces that you don't really, you're probably not going to see some of this, but that's okay. I'm still going to put it in there. I'm going to use the darker green here. All right, so I think that is good for now. I'm going to lay that one a little bit more. Get the most use out of that and get, have it fill in your spaces. We don't want the stems. We're going to be cutting this, so we don't want the stems. We want to kind of fill it in there. All right, so I think that's good. So we're going to, I just mixed some of them up, but that's okay. I think that's what happened last time too. All right, so we're just going to put all these back. So now I have all of these to go, and this is really just a few sheets of how I showed you. So just cut them, and then you'll see that you'll have quite a bit to play with when you want to do these cards again. All right. So now what we're going to do is, I should have put it on here. So our sticky parts will be hanging off. I'm just going to slide it there. It doesn't have to be exact, but it just kind of gives you an idea. And so I just start with one of them and I leave them on there, and then I just start sticking them down. So we'll just take the adhesive backings off really quickly and easily, right? Oh, there we go. There we go. All right, make sure it's all off. And I'm going to take and get as much real estate there as I can. And then I'm going to go to the other large one. It's kind of easy if you start doing the larger ones and then go from there. Because that, number one, it'll help you save your space on where you want to put things. And then you can start just going in order. All right, I'm going to put this one like right here. I don't mind if some of the stem shows because obviously plants have stems, right? All right, and I want some of it to come off. I want it to look realistic. If you put everything, towards the inside, then it's not going to look as realistic as if it were a piece of paper. All right. And then I'm just going to, now these two are already on, so I'm just going to start in an area where I can kind of keep track of what I'm working on. All right, that one's there. And now just work your way around. And right now, it just looks like you're sticking the leaves on paper, but we're going to really make it look like DSP here in a minute. Oh, you binged it one day. Good, Carrie. I waited until we came back from the cheer competition to watch this last season because, you know, they had put out the first half of it, then the second half, and I was like, oh no, I want to watch it all at one time. So I finished everything else I was watching so that I knew when I got back I was going to watch Bridgerton. Watch the whole thing. Oh, did you wait? You have to wait till after the end credits. There's more after the credits start. So make sure you didn't jump off and miss some. That's very important. So if you missed it, go back and watch the very end. And when the credits start, keep watching. All right, so we're going to go. Keep putting these on. Don't forget to change your clocks. We always do it Saturday night before we go to bed. So make sure so we're springing forward. I hate changing time, but I love the spring, so. All right, what the heck? It always reminds me that spring is near. Gosh darn it. Okay, there we go. All right. Then you forget which ones are on and which ones aren't. Can you guys hear Brewer? He's like found his voice, so he's chatty now. He chats a lot. And he likes to sing to his songs on his show. He really likes watching Miss Rachel. And so he will just sing, sing, sing. Okay. Do I have them all? Okay, this one, I must have missed some. Yep, look. You can tell it was sticking up that I missed part of it. That was in the middle of two different pieces. All right, so we have them all on there now. Okay, I like to take my bone folder and just kind of give them a little extra. Just make sure they're on there really well. You're going to put it through the die machine anyway, but I just kind of like to make sure that they're all on there really well. We're going to keep that one there. Now, there's no need to cut the edges off, so just leave those for now. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do some stamping, and we're going to really make it look like DSP. Now, I am using Cloud Cover because I have it. If you wanted to, you could use Pretty Peacock or Garden Green, or I would even say Lost Lagoon because it's in these tones. I think the stamped off Pretty Peacock looks like Lost Lagoon, so you could do that too. So we're going to take this one individual flower, and now I got to remember, no, I did not stamp off, and I'm just going to go around and stamp. And notice I go off, even though I know that this is going to be cut. And we're going to really turn this into looking like the DSP. If you look, remember, it's got the little flowers in the background. Okay. So we're going to stamp just as if this is your DSP, even though it's going to be die cut. Okay, and so just kind of, I just fill it up with the flowers. Because it's going to kind of be covered up. So once that big label goes on there, it's gonna lose some flowers. So I tend to put more flowers than less. And then you can always go back and look and go, oh, okay, wait, I need another one here, or I need another one there. All right, so I have a bit more over here. I'm going to go right off the edge there. I'm going to add another one there, which I slid right on top of that flower. And I'm going to do a little leaf. I like it to look like it's really natural. Like it's just like DSP that you cut it, but we're going to even cut it more. So, and right there. Okay, I think this one, we need another one right there. Okay, so that looks good. Good enough. This one right here, I think I just need to push that down. All right. So there we go. Now it looks a little bit like the DSP. Now remember, it's looking a little busy, but we're going to be doing some cutting, and it's going to take some of that off, and then we're going to be layering on top. But you want to make sure that you wipe this off, because I can see the flowers that were hanging off the edge, and you're going to end up with cloud cover on your project. All right, so now I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take our largest die for our Perineal Postage, and I'm going to die cut this. So let me run this through real quick. I'm missing my shim. Hold on. I was embossing, and now I'm trying to do it without a shim, and I'm like, this is not working. I call it a shim, but it's our number one on our machine. All right, so now this is done, and we're going to bring that and take all the edge off, and then now we have this really pretty paper. All right, now we're going to add this in the middle, and you can kind of figure out how you want it to go. Let's put it on here first. So we're going to just put this right in the middle of your pretty peacock. How pretty that is. All right, so now you can decide, all right, which way do you want it to go? And we'll put it on once we do our pieces here. But you know what I forgot? Our ribbon. We need to put our ribbon on first. So let's carefully take this off and get our ribbon on there. I was thinking it went around both, but it didn't. And I like it better not around both. And it also helps you save ribbon. But all right, so we're going to leave this here because I already took it off, and get our ribbon. I'm using the faux linen ribbon, the cloud cover. And I go up about 5 of the little notches here of the grooves. So we're going to go, and I'm going to do it this way, I think. No, I'm going to do it this way because I really want this one to show. And there's smaller here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go right about here, and I've already got adhesive on the back. So I'm going to go right about there, and I'm just going to take this across and go about there. Okay. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 up, and I have 5 going right in the middle of your ribbon. And then, you know, I like to add a little extra adhesive so we know this isn't going anywhere. All right, so let's do it this way. There we go. Now we have that on there, and we'll add our bow in a minute. Let's get our sentiment done, and then we can add our little knot on there that we're going to do. So we're going to stamp on here, and we'll just stamp on here. And I'm going to do the cloud cover, and we're going to use, I like the tall, not the big one, but the tall one with it looks like it's got little berries on it. We're going to use that one. And we're going to use the thank you. All right. Now, I am going to stamp this one off because I want it to be really light so the sentiment shows through. So if you look, we'll do it full strength. It's going to look like this. Okay. So I'm going to stamp 1, 2, 3. 3 you can barely see, so I'm good with 2. So let's do 2. 1, 2. So just to give it a little bit of something on there. So we'll do that. Darla, I did 2, but did you see Bridgerton? I really liked that one too. If you like Downton Abbey, you'll like Bridgerton. All right, so now Pretty Peacock, and we're using the thank you from the Greenery Lane. So this one right here. I love the font on this set. And I like to, I haven't used this ink pad or this stamp for a little bit, so I just want to make sure that it's nice and bold and crisp, and it is. There we go, look how pretty. And we'll talk about the stamp sets in a minute. I'm going to bring those, oh, they're right here. Don't let me forget. I'm going to show you guys those. All right, so we're going to layer this on here. So let's add our adhesive. And I'm just going to layer it right there. Okay. We're going to add dimensionals on this, so we'll do that now. And then we'll add our knot on there and figure out where we want to put that. All right. So we'll bring this in. Oh, before we do that, let's add it on top of our card base because it's much easier to do that while it's flat. So I don't want to put our dimensionals on there until we get this on our card base. Now, if you wanted to, we did use the larger one on this, but if you wanted, you could use the larger one on this and the second larger one down to go with your image there. But I really liked having that Pretty Peacock on the outside, so that's what I decided to do. But you could just use the 2 different die sizes there. Right. All right, so there's that. Now let's add this. You could also add, now see, we're covering that up, so if you don't want to, you don't have to put those. But, you know, sometimes you just don't know what size you're using or what you're going to do. So we're going to do that right about there, kind of in the middle. I just kind of eyeball it and see. And in the middle, I want it in the middle this way, but I think I'm going to go up a little bit on this. Which is weird because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it's a little higher. Okay, I see, but that's okay. We're going to go about right there. All right, so we got that. Now, if you wanted to, you could take some leaf images and you could add them there if you want. I thought it was busy enough with this. So what we are going to do is add this one on the inside. Since you don't have DSP, or if you wanted to, you could do a bigger piece, cut off the bottom first to put in here, and then just make sure it's big enough to add your die to get the top piece. So you could just add a whole, cut a whole strip off to do the inside. I would do about 3/4 of an inch at least on the inside. All right, so there's that. We're going to take our ribbon, super simple, until you put your embossing folder or your bone folder right on top of your gems there. I am going to bring this underneath, and I'm going to cut about this much. I'd rather have too much than too little, so I'll give myself a decent amount. I will tie this in a knot. And if you wanted to leave it on the paper before you, on the roll before you cut it, you could do that too. It's a little easier than trying to do it this way. I should have made it a little longer. That's okay. We'll make it work. And then what I do is when I fold this back over, kind of play with it before you make it too tight and get it to where you want it to go. So start pulling it and then just grab that top layer and just kind of tug it over so that it's right there in the middle and get it where you want it. And then just kind of play with that knot until you get that pretty flat spot there. And now I'm going to just cut this. Oops. And then cut this. There we go. We have a cute little knot. And then we're going to take our Moody Palette Glossy dots. And I'm just going to put one here and here. And one up here. There you go. So cute and simple. It's really just once you have all your leaves all cut out. Uh-oh, did my thing stop? It looks like I'm pausing and I think I might have hit something on my keyboard. Sorry about that. I think I hit something on my keyboard. So anyway, you are going to do your glossy dots and put them on there. And but once you have all your leaves cut out, it's fairly simple. And just put it on there. Add your flowers on there where you want your, give yourself some to look. It looks a little more like DSP, but then you've got all that texture on your card, which is really cool. Now, if you wanted to, don't do the sticky back. And you could also do dimensionals and have these popped up. And then this would be in the middle, even with your leaves. I mean, there's lots of stuff that you can do. So anyway, I just really loved it. I love the colors and thought it was really pretty. So I just wanted to share that card with you. Now let's talk about our ink pads. What do you guys think about the new ink pad cases? Have you guys seen it? Thank you guys for the thumbs up. I really do appreciate that a lot. Have you seen the ink pad cases. So I have several, because when we acquired Close to My Heart, some of their pieces and different things, I had heard about the ink pads. I had 2 of them from a long time ago, but I bought a couple of their scrapbook workshops, and some of them had, I don't remember if it had the ink pads with them or it recommended them. Whatever it did, I got some. And I remember having a mauve colored one a long time ago. I don't think I have it anymore. I can tell you that these cases are amazing. And I wish I could think of what leaf I had when I was testing the flowers. It wasn't this one, but I had a leaf. Let me see if I can look really quickly. And I want to show you if I can remember which leaf it was. So let me look at my stamps really quick. I should have thought about this. But I was trying, because when I heard about the ink pads, that they're going to be felt, I was like, oh no, that is not what I want. So I tried it with a stamp that I had out that I was working with, and when I did that, it inked up and stamped so great, and it was a solid leaf. So I'm trying to see if I can find that leaf, or at least something like it. It inked up so nicely and stamped so nicely that I was like, oh, I was really happy with the way it stamped. Oh, I wish I could find that same leaf. It's probably in one of the projects I'm working on, because I cannot find it. But let me see if this will do the same thing, because this is kind of the same. So it was kind of like this, and it was, of course I haven't used this yet, so we'll see how it goes, but it was kind of like, it had lines on the inside of the stamp. So when I was stamping it with our ink pad, it was getting ink inside the lines. And it was an inky pad, I remember, that I was using. And when I switched it to this, which is a brand new ink pad also, I had no issues at all. So we're just going to try it right here for the first time. This is a new stamp set. So let's just see how, so I can kind of explain what I'm talking about, if it'll do it. Let's see. All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to ink it up with this one, which is a very inky ink pad. And I don't push on it. I just kind of dabble on it there. And of course, it's probably going to stamp perfectly, which it did. But normally, I was getting ink inside the lines. My video looks like it's pausing, you guys, like it's spinning, and I don't know why. So I apologize for that if it's happening to you guys. But mine is twirling a little bit. So what I did, of course, this one comes out fine, but the one I did had the ink, it filled up the inside of the leaves. So let me try this again. It's not going to do it because, of course, it's a very inky ink pad. My other one, maybe I had to push on it a little bit more. But this one, so I pulled out this other one and tried it, and it came out perfectly fine. So let's see what this does. Oh, you guys aren't spinning. That's good. I don't know what's going on with this. Oh, good. I'm glad. All right. So let's see. This is an older pad. I mean, I've had it for a while, but I hardly ever used it. So let's see what it does. And I'll show you the couple different things why I like these. All right, so it looks like a different color, but it is a different pad. Okay, so this is our current pad, and this one is the Close to My Heart one. So this one is the felt one. All right, so let me look here. Let's try it again. I didn't expect it to be, oh, they're different colors, duh. This is, I was like, why is it so much lighter? So this one is the Mist. It's called Mist. Okay, so that's why. I'm like, why is it so different? Okay, so The thing I like about these, well, several things. First of all, they're going to store like this, which the ink is upside down, just like ours is. Okay. What I like about these are their magnet. They all, like I'm holding the top one. I'm not holding the bottom one. Okay. And they magnet, so they stack really nicely. I do have Stampin' Storage ink holder. I've had it forever. And it does fit in there. It sticks out like, okay, so I have the blocks. Let me see if I can show you. If I can find one with a block. Here we go. So for those of you that have Stampin' Storage, you'll know what I'm talking about. So our ink pads with the Stampin' Storage, I can put my shelf back in. I have these, okay? So we put them in the back and we put, so that when you put it in, it's able to stick out so we can grab them, right? So with this, you're not going to need the blocks, okay? So think about how high. Okay, so this sticks out that much, or you can lift them like this and they go in farther and then you can barely grab them and then it's flush against the wood. Without this, these are, that's how much they stick out. Okay, so with our block here, like I had it, and here, okay, so that's the block. And then this is, so that's the difference, okay? It's actually really nice because it gives you a little more room to grab your ink pads, okay? So that's one of the things that I really like about it, is it fits in the storage that I already have. Now, I believe Stampin' Up! May come up with something with this, so we'll have to see what happens, but the other thing, what I like to do when I use other, okay, Lisa, so the storage with Stampin' Up, from my understanding, is they're looking into doing something. So they may come up with something different, but I do have somebody that has it and says that they do fit in it. So there you go. Sideline right now is I am an affiliate for Stampin' Storage. There's a link below and there's a sale going on. So you might want to check that out if you're interested. But anyway, when I use a stamp set that's not Stampin' Up, which I rarely ever do anymore because I changed my black ink into the holder, I like to use it and then lay it like that. Okay, then pick it up and use it and then lay it like that. So if you look at this when it's laying down, it's going right against this outside edge right here that's raised, and it fits inside this little edge right here. Okay, so when you put them together, you're not going to get that ink on your hands. Okay. I still have mine close to my heart. Okay, yeah. I remember having one. It was a mauve of pink of some kind, and I had it forever. And I really liked their ink pads. But when I got rid of all of my other ink, I think I got rid of that one too, because I solely just use Stampin' Up! Now. But anyway, so these go like this, and like I said, it's just on that ridge, and there's no need to touch that. Okay, so when you put them like that, it goes inside. Laura, is this how you do it when you use yours? Do you turn them like that when you're doing a lot of stamping and inking and just set it down? Because I was really happy that I was able to do that. They are raised, so you can see the pad is raised. I have not one negative thing to say about these. I'm super excited. Now, the Stampin' Up! Ones will have... well, I take mine off. Okay, so Stampin' Up! Will have these. So we can put one on the front edge, unless it comes with it. I don't know, but I think we're going to be able to put them here. And then you're going to have you can put it on like right here so you can know what color that you're using it, right? You just set it, so you just set it like this beside it and then pick it back up again like this and use it again, which is fine too, because it's really easy to do. You could put them in like that and then just, pick it up and use it. I have that tendonitis, so the less I can do with my hand, the better. And so I am over the moon for the new ink pads. So I really, really think you guys are going to love them. So I would love when we get them for you guys to tell me what you think about them. Let's try this acorn color just for fun and see what it looks like. Because I don't think I've ever used this one either. Or maybe I probably stamped it to see what the color looks like. But so it kind of looks like a pecan pie. I have not used that this color yet either, but it's really pretty. So I think you're going to love them. I'm really, really excited about getting them. And so those are going to be coming in 2027. Okay, so 2027 is when we're going to be getting the new cases. However, you know that our in colors last 2 years. So our in colors that we're going to be getting in May, well, we get to pre-order if you're a demonstrator. You will get these in the new in color, okay? Because the ink pads will stay for 2 years, and so you're going to get them early. So you're going to get to try them out and see if this is for you. I honestly think you're going to absolutely love them. And Laura's right. She loves hers too. And I am super excited. I can't wait for you guys to try them. I want to hear all about them and how you like them when you get them. So let me know. My eye is still red. My eye is still healing. You guys see that? It's still red. It's taken its darn time, but I don't feel it, but I can see it. Can you guys see how this one looks white? This one looks red. It's taken its time. Anyway, I know Lisa, I'm excited about it. So don't forget, if you're a demonstrator, you get to see the catalog on the 16th. And if you get to pre-order, I think it's the 24th. So I am so excited about it. And so I've got a lot of stuff coming up between on stage next week. I go to a retreat in April. I go April. There's something else in April. And then in May, the incentive trip. So, which my disclaimer is below. So I've got a lot of swaps going on, a lot of things going on. So if you are going to be on stage, please come by and say hi. I would love to say hi to you and meet you. Stacy, hopefully, I think you said you were going to go, so I get to see you again. Yay. And so I would love to meet you guys. So come by, say hi, and let's take a picture. And I hope you guys have a lot of fun. Is anybody going for the first time to on stage? It's never been before. You're going to have so much fun. A lot of people think that on stage is for leaders. That's backstage. Backstage is for leaders, and that's where we take classes to help with our team and with our business and that kind of thing. And but on stage is just everybody, and it's just so much fun because you get to meet people that you chat with online. Or on video, and it's just so much fun. And we get to see new product, and so we'll get to see lots of good new product. And they show us, they do demonstrations on stage, and then they usually have stations where you can go and check out the new product and touch it and stamp with it and stuff like that. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope if you aren't going this year, I hope you will try and go next year because it's really, really a lot of fun. I am not going this year. Oh, Stacy, you're not. Oh, I will, Mary. And I will come back and share everything I can. And I'll probably do a live video while I'm there of some product premiere because we can show stuff. We can't show on stage the demonstration, but I think we can show like samples and stuff that they show us. Once they create their projects, we can put them... we get to take pictures because they put them on boards out in the lobby area, and then we can take pictures and videos and things, and we can show that. So I will definitely share lots of good things. So be looking for that. I'm not going this year. I'm moving. Oh, Lisa. Well, moving's fun, but I will miss you. So thank you guys. I will have a great time, and I will share as much as I can with you. So be looking on my Facebook business page. Marcie Besecker Designs, and we'll see you there. Monday's video is really iffy right now. I need to finish a lot of stuff and get things taken care of. I'm babysitting Brewer that day, and so I am not promising a video on Monday, but I'm gonna do my best. And so if I don't, I will see you right after on stage with lots of updates and some new information. So we will see you then for sure. I'll be closer to California. Oh, yay, Lisa, where are you moving? You could just say, oh, on my move, I got lost and ended up in Long Beach for some reason. I'm glad it's in Long Beach. I'm glad it's in California. It's beautiful weather right now, so yay. All right, everybody, have a fantastic week. Maybe I'll see you Monday. If not, I will see you when I get back from on stage. And have a great week. Bye, everybody.